our few remaining World War II veterans to say a word of prayer. He was honored for his service to this great country of ours by the state of Montana by participating in the honor flight several months ago. We are indeed proud to say he is a warrior of the Crow Nation. Please welcome Mr. Charles D. Crane to say a word of prayer. Before we proceed, I'd like to ask the four officers to be seated here underneath the shade here, the arbor shade. Adrian Osprey, Darren O'Coyote, Sean McAlone, Dana Wilson, Chief Judge Leroy Notterfade, Speaker of the House Rudolph K. Pro, Carlin Lau, Executive Director. I'd like to please invite Attorney General of the State of Montana, Tim Fox, Ben Nichols, Jim Corson, Senator Walsh's office, Carla Lott, Senator Chester's office, Bruce Henningson, Veterans Representative, please occupy one of the chairs that are placed up here for you on this very special day. Before we proceed with the program, I call on the Black Whistle Singers again to sing the Crow Flag Song. Black Whistle. Black Whistle. The words of that song, as dear as one could interpret, would say, "Dear warriors, through your courage and your bravery, you have re-raised the flag of freedom." That is the words to the song. And I'd like to call Deja Eagletail up to the microphone at this time to sing the Crow version of the national anthem, Crow language. Deja.
Thank you.
Very well done. Very well done. As our color guard, the Florida Nation Honor Guard, post their colors, we'd like to say thank you to this Honor Guard, as well as the Lodgegrass JROTC. They are there to provide color service and support of any activity here within Crow Country. Thank you very much. Color Guard, you may post your colors. Once again, for our color guard, as they go to post their colors and say thank you to the Lodgegrass JROTC. You may be seated. Since this group of officers, Chairman Darren O'Kyle, Vice Chairman Dana Wilson, Secretary Elvin J. Notafred Jr., and Vice Secretary Sean Backbone, they have worked diligently hard to provide service and reward in some way to many Crow members. We have our general membership, but it seems like there's so many activities that go on unintentionally, but our veterans are sometimes overlooked. And it's one of their campaign promises that the veterans would be part of their administration platforms. And today, we see the fruits of that promise. And to address that some at this time, Please welcome a veteran of the U.S. Army, now the Vice Secretary of the Crow Executive Branch, the Honorable Sean Backbone.
Like Corky said, this was a campaign promise that was made in 2012. And the Oaktown administration took office, the chairman gave me oversight to run with this program. And to run with a program like this, I had to have a good team. And we used the team approach. The team approach was from the Director of Housing. We have a new established Veterans Affairs Office, Paul Littlelight, who's the director. No other administration had a Veterans Affairs Office, so we were the first one. So today, we're breaking ground as we go along. And through the work of the Almighty, we are very fortunate today. This Solid Guy Warriors Apartments, we're the only second one in the whole United States that received this. I want to thank the Montana Board of Housing. Appreciate it. We have some developers, Blue Line, our consultant, Louis LeBeau. Thank you. So to get this project going, and up to this point, it's been a lot of work. And the veterans, like Corky was saying, we want a place for them. A place where they can enjoy themselves for what they did. When they signed on the dotted line and gave their whole life to the United States and the colors that was posted. You know, the Indian has been in every war since the Battle of Little Bighorn. A Crow has been in every war since the Battle of Little Bighorn. We all have representations today of the veterans that's sitting here. So today is a big day for us. This is just the beginning of a housing complex for the veterans. And today, I'm just very fortunate to have the Oaktown administration give me the oversight to get something going for the Crow people. And it's been a long time coming. So I just want to say thank you and hope.
Thank you very much, Vice Secretary Sean Backbone. Now, next speaker, veteran of the United States Marine Corps, now today the Secretary of the Executive Branch, Alvin J. Nottafray Jr.
Oh, I want to thank all of you for showing up today. Also, Chairman, I want to thank you for allowing the veterans to take the approach on structuring the tribe. As we implement the chain of command, which all you veterans are aware of, that's why, as we're bridge building here, we're creating a government to not only look out for our own, but also re-implementing the veteran system. Chairman is well aware and versed with the history of the Crow tribe as a warrior society. So again, let's give a round of applause for the Chairman Oaktown recognizing those things. Also, I'd like to thank our guests for coming today. We sure appreciate it. Thank you. And I can't say anymore. We have quite a few speakers for you today. And I also concur with everything the Vice Secretary says, because everything that comes out of his mouth is true. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much, Secretary Nottafray. Before I proceed any further, I know there's a lot of veterans here, but I'd like to introduce these gentlemen that are sitting in the front row. First of all, Charles D. Crane, World War II veteran who gave the invocation. Woodrow Plainfeather, if you would please stand, veteran of Vietnam. Barry Glenn, Special Forces during Operation Desert Storm. And John Yellowbill, recently returned from Iraq. Just a few of the many veterans within Crow country. Just like to introduce these gentlemen to you. How about a big round of applause for them? Our next speaker, the gentleman that they alluded to, under his leadership, this program has come this far. gentleman that has vision in many fields, not just one direction, but looking for avenues in any way he can better the lives and conditions of the reservation and the Crow people. Please welcome the chairman of the executive branch of the Crow tribe, the Honorable Darren Okayu.
First off, I'd like to welcome all of you to Crow Country, the visitors here, and just to share some history and kind of background of what's going on today. Veterans have the highest need among all groups as far as housing needs. In Bighorn County alone, there's over 1,000 veterans. 2/3 of those veterans in Bighorn County are Crow tribal members. The tribal leaders among the Apsáalooke were part of the process and delegated the authority of the oversight to the Vice Secretary to expedite the planning process, along with the Veterans Affairs, Health and Human Resources, and Housing Authority. We signed an MOU directing the Housing Authority, Health and Human Services, Veteran Affairs Office to provide support, services, and assist our veterans who will be residing in the complex. And this is the first tax credit project for the Crow tribe, and we're already planning for our second phase project. And I know the Montana Board of Housing was at their meeting here today. We hosted the Montana Board of Housing, and they held a board meeting, and this is the first time the Montana Board of Housing has hosted or had a meeting on any tribal reservation. I would like to commend the Montana Board of Housing. If you would stand up, be recognized. These are people that work with us, were part of the process, and helped us in making this dream a reality. So thanks for being here today. This project has gained regional and national recognition due to the great need for our veterans. A lot of these veterans, they go off to war or enlist. Their hope and dream is to come back and help their people. But a lot of times, these veterans are the ones that need help, whether it be homes, medical services, or other needs. And a lot of times, they fall through the cracks, even though they're front line of protecting and preserving our, whether it be the American way of life or the Apsáalooke way of life. And this is the first development for the tribe in a decade, and more are in the pipeline due to the partners we have established, such as Montana Board of Housing. And I think the team that we assembled with the Housing Authority under the leadership of Carl Liddell, Health and Human Service under Todd Wilson, and Veteran Affairs under Paul Hilllight, and the Vice Secretary, they took off, hit the ground running, and they made today a reality. And so I'd like to commend those four gentlemen, if you would stand up, Todd, Paul, Carl, and Sean. These are the four gentlemen. I saw Mr. Bairnowalk, Dennis Bairnowalk. That's anytime these four get together, that's their attorney back there. So Dennis, if you would give us a wave, he's their legal advisor. These five gentlemen, they call themselves the Wolf Pack. But when Sean's by himself, he's a one-man wolf pack. So with that, I thank all of you for being here. And again, welcome to all the visitors. Welcome to Crow Country.
Thank you very much, Chairman Okayu. Now, next speaker, Chief Judge, Crow Court System, Honorable Judge Leroy Nottafrate.
Itchikbachaj, Apsáalooke, Nawabish, Diwach, Apsáalooke, Lagis Agistatish, Duckhooksuch, Abahimish, the Dialachtasuha. Today is a great occasion, and it's a great day in history for the Crow people. It marks the legacy of many veterans that have passed on. Let me name a couple of those veterans. The late chairman, Carl Van. When he was chairman, he shared a story about coming home from Vietnam. When he got off the airplane, he was alone, and he had to hitchhike home. His legacy and his belief was that we leave no veteran alone anymore. That legacy lives on today. May we remember his memory. Also, I'd like to say about my late father, who was a Crow Apsaluget Nation code talker. If he were alive today, I know what he would say. Apsaluget, Agistatish, Duckhooksuch, Diwa Chilil. When the Crow people come together to help our veterans, they will be blessed, and they will be blessed for the future generations. That's one thing I know he would have said today if he were here with us. Today, I'd like to thank Chairman Darren Oldkyle, as well as his administration, for bringing this day together. I'd like to mention Speaker of the House, Canute Oldcrow, as well as his fellow legislators, the senators of the legislative branch of the Crow Nation, that have worked hard in unison to bring this day about for the Crow people. And Dilusay Jehovah, this is a great day in history, that we mark this day and never forget that we as a people have stepped up to thank our veterans and take this action today. It's a great day in history. Aho, Apsaluget.
Thank you very much, Judge. Not afraid. Our next speaker truly is a speaker. He is Speaker of the House, the third branch of the legislative branch of the... That was supposed to be off. But guess what? It wasn't. He is the elected Speaker of the House of the legislative branch. Please welcome Rudolph Canute Oldcrow.
Thank you, Corky. Chairman, Chief Judge, it's an honor and privilege to stand before you. Great people here. Like some people say, sometimes if you want something done, you gotta do it yourself. So that's what Sean did here. Back in 2010, Sean, myself, and former Senator Oliver Hack went to Helena for TVR training, travel representative training. At that time, we were informed that the late chairman applied for a veteran housing grant, and that grant was going to expire because there was no action. And we took it upon ourselves to bring all the information back to the former senator before Darren here, and he basically put it on the shelf. We kind of forgot about it, I guess, or something. But that grant expired. So when Sean got in, he scrambled around and went looking for that same grant, see if it was available. I don't know if it was that same grant or if it was another grant, but I want to commend Sean for all the hard work that he did. Because at that time, when we came back, we presented that information to the former chairman, and it was just rejected. It was like a slap in the face to all the veterans, and not only reservation, but all over the nation. Because as you know, history tells us warriors are needed during battles, but after the battle, when they're no longer needed, they're always forgotten. And I'm glad at this time that we're not forgotten, but that we're remembered, we're honored. The other day, one of our fellow sister tribesmen came over and they were at our office visiting. They complimented our Veterans Park on how great it looked, and that they wanted to go home and build something like that also. And I think as each of the previous speakers before me has spoken, that it's time to honor our veterans. It's time to recognize them and do something for them. Because as you walk down the street, some of them you probably wouldn't even know they served in the time of war. Like Panda back there, I see him and, I always think, what it must have been like over there. I didn't have the opportunity to go there. By the time I enlisted, it was already over, but still, all these other veterans that took that time of their lives to serve their country. You see, right now, the Veterans Office Affairs, the Health Service is being investigated because of non-compliance. But like I said, it seems like they need us. They need warriors for service when there's a time of need, but after it's over, they're always forgotten. But like I said, I'm glad at this time that they are being honored, and I congratulate them, and God bless each and every one of you, like with what Chief Judge said. You watch it, yo. It's all good. Oh.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Now the Executive Director of the Crow Housing Authority, Director Carl Goodlow.
Oh, Corky, it's a great honor to be here today in regards to this, historic landmark ceremony on behalf of Soligan Nation. As the Vice Secretary said, this is the first two projects to support veteran housing in the country. There's one other tribe in Minnesota that has one, and then we have one. And the Crow tribe has been recognized not only at the regional level, but at national level in regards to the supportive housing project. And what we mean by supportive housing project is not only will these veterans have a place to live, but that there's going to be support services that they have access to. As you know, a lot of our veterans are bashful in regards to some of their needs, because they're prideful, and that's just their instinct, and we recognize that. In order to meet that need, we said, why don't we just have a facility where they have access to counselors, they have access to medical services, to education services, you name it, everything that veterans need, we want to house it in one house here. And the project site is going to be located to the north of me here. It's going to be a 15-unit apartment complex, where this apartment complex will have access to the internet, they'll have access to a computer lab. The veterans will still have their privacy, but they'll still be part of a community amongst other veterans in hopes that they will support one another and help lift each other up. When this team was compiled, a lot of talk was, how are they going to get things done? Because for so long, our housing authority here has been very passive in terms of development. Chairman Oka mentioned we haven't had a development project in over a decade, which is unfortunate, but that's all underneath the bridge. And going forward, we said let's be more assertive and go after some of these funding resources that this tribe has access to. We've been very blessed that the Montana Board of Housing, awarded our tax credit, value of about $2.5 million. We have another grant that was awarded that's about $700,000. And all this goes back to this project. None of this money that goes into the project is used from the Crow Tribal General Fund. It's all new sources of funds that the tribe has never acquired before, which has always been there. And I've been proud to be part of the Wolfpack, and the Wolfpack's been kind of, named all over the place. A couple of weeks ago, the Assistant Secretary of HUD invited us to our office, and Vice Secretary and myself and Todd Wilson were at HUD, and the first time that I've been to HUD headquarters in quite some time as well, and we shared a little bit about our project. And one of the things that we've been lobbying from our standpoint is Closed Tribal veterans to have access to VASH funding. And VASH funding is a Veterans Affairs Supportive Housing dollar that veterans can have access to for their for future homes. Right now, tribes don't have access to that, which is unfortunate. But we're hoping that with this project, we're using it as influence to gain those VASH funding for potential Closed Tribal members and for Indian country in general. So we're going to have a feed later today in a multi-purpose building. I'm going to be around sharing a little bit about the project. We have a construction sign here up that has a little picture of how the project's going to look. We have some designs down here as well. So, thank you for being here today, and I'm glad to be part of the look back, and I'm proud to serve this great donation. Oh.
We are indeed fortunate, thankful that we have some dignitaries here. They are not too busy to take part in this great start of a very worthwhile project for our warriors. The gentleman that is no stranger to this part of the country. Last fall, I remember I said it was fun watching this gentleman run in a hardened track team against and with Dino Coyote in the dashes. They had one heck of a relay team at that time. But now, a few years has gone by, he is now the Attorney General of the state of Montana. Please welcome Mr. Tim Fox.
Thank you for that introduction, and good afternoon to all of you. And I might add that those days in which I was fleet of foot were about 35 pounds ago, or years ago, or something like that. But I want to thank Chairman Old Coyote, members of the executive branch, members of the legislative branch, and indeed the Crow people for bringing me home for this wonderful event. This land that the Creator gave to the Crows is spectacular. And it's always good to come home because I feel close to the land, close to the people. And I want to emphasize that it's certainly important to know that every time that our great country called on people, the Crow people, to step up and to join our military service, whether it be in war and peace, the Crow people answered. And they will always answer because they are people of great integrity. And so it's wonderful for me to be able to come here and to not only honor the work of all of those who have put so much time and effort to getting us to this point, and I want to thank Vice Secretary Sean Backbone. I think the ink had barely dried on my oath of office as Attorney General last year when members of the executive branch appeared in my office and Vice Secretary Backbone asked me to write letters of support for this great project, which I was very happy to do. So thank you, Mr. Vice Secretary, for asking me to help. But of course, this was one small part of a great effort, and this is a step in a long journey, because someday I hope to be invited back, Mr. Chairman, for the ribbon cutting for this beautiful project when it's done. Let me just close by saying, God bless the United States of America, God bless Montana, God bless the Crow people, and most of all, God continue to bless our veterans for their sacrifice and their service and their families too, for all they have done and do for us. Thank you for allowing me to be here. Thank you for listening to me. Hope.
Thank you very much, Mr. Attorney General. Now, our next speaker, the gentleman I understand represents a group welcome Mr. Ben Nichols.
Thank you very much. My name is Ben Nichols. I work with Enterprise Community Partners, and we're a national nonprofit. And our job is to bring affordable housing to places that need it and need it the most. And we're privileged to be part of this project, to be able to come out and serve folks that have served our country so well, and to be able to build 15 units of housing for veterans on the Crow Nation is so important to us that we're grateful to be part of the deal. A couple of things. One, we gave a $50,000 redevelopment grant. It's called a Section 4 grant. It's a HUD program. We were able to give that money to Carl and to his team to really do some of the planning and early stages of this project. And that's really exciting for us to do. And then secondly, we're able to buy the tax credits that came from the state of Montana for the Board of Housing and be able to put that equity into the deal, about $2 million or so, to make this deal really happen. And both of those projects are federal projects, and I just want to really thank Senator Walsh and Senator Tester for being able to get those programs still funded in these times. And look how important they are. They're going to build these 15 units, and we really need those. We need those throughout the country, and we're so excited that we're able to be here and do that for the veterans of the Crow country. So thank you guys very much for including us.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nichols. Now, representing Junior Senator Office, Junior Senator Montana, to read and represent Mr. Senator Jim Corson.
Thank you, Courtney, very much. Senator Walsh was unable to join us today, and he asked me to share a message. Dear friends, Native Americans have a proud history of military service. Throughout our nation's history, American Indian men and women have always answered the call when asked to defend our freedoms throughout the world. But all too often, we thank our veterans for their service, but stop short of fulfilling our responsibility to provide them with the services and benefits they have earned. Across Indian country, there are homeless veterans who are not receiving the benefits they need and deserve. Today's groundbreaking will provide a home to our heroes who deserve it most. I especially want to thank Chairman Olcayo, Vice Secretary Backbone, and all of the elected Crow leaders for stepping up to take care of our veterans. Our work doesn't stop here, and I look forward to fighting alongside you to make sure veterans of the Crow Nation receive the care they deserve. Keep up the great work. John Walsh, United States Senate.
Thank you, Jim Corson. Now from Senator Tester's office, please welcome Carla Locke.
Good afternoon. My name is Carla Lott, and I am a female Army veteran, proudly served, and I am joined today by my colleagues, Ms. Rachel Clark, Regional Director out of Billings, and Mr. Bruce Knudsen, Senator Tester's Veteran Affairs Liaison. And Senator Tester was unable to attend this afternoon's festivities, but he sends these words. Thank you for inviting me to share a few words, and congratulations on today's groundbreaking. Thanks to all the partners who came together to provide folks in Crow Agency with the safe, affordable housing that all Montanans deserve. It makes it easier to find and raise our families, and it helps our children perform better in school. Pro Nation recognizes this, but unfortunately greater resources are needed to eliminate homelessness in our communities. As chairman of the Senate Indian Affairs Committee, I'm working to empower tribal leaders with resources to address this issue. That's why I'm pushing the Native American Housing Assistance and Self-Determination Reauthorization Act, which increases access to safe and affordable housing. I'm also calling on the Senate committee that provides funding for Indian housing programs to increase access to housing opportunities for homeless veterans in Indian country. Affordable housing is the key to strengthening communities across Montana. Thanks again, and please keep in touch. United States Senator John Tester. Thank you again.
Now to address the Assembly, Veterans Representative of Senator Chester's office, Bruce Hendrickson.
Good afternoon, and thank you. About 5 years ago, I had the opportunity to visit Senator Tester, and he invited me to come work for him and serve all veterans as his Veterans Liaison. Every day I wake up, we have veterans on our mind. So being invited to participate in this exciting, wonderful day here is an honor. As a combat veteran, to all the veterans, thank you for your service. We're here to help. We're excited, and we look forward to when this project is finished and folks move in. Thanks again.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bruce Hendrickson. Before we proceed any further, I have another person that's going to be addressing the Assembly, but I'd like to introduce, give recognition to the Superintendent of BIA here in Crow Agency, herself, a veteran, Vienna Morning. If you will please stand. Now, the tribal liaison from Representative Steve Dage's office, Amanda Peterson.
Good afternoon. Peterman. That's okay. Congressman Steve Daines wishes that he could be here today as well. Unfortunately, he's not able to be here, so he sent me and he wrote this letter. He asked me to read to you guys. So it says, "Thank you for inviting me to participate in the Sullivan Warrior Department's groundbreaking ceremony, and for allowing me to share a few words on this special occasion. The Sullivan Warrior Apartments meet a long-standing need for veterans living in the Crow Nation. I'd like to give special recognition to everyone at the Crow Veterans Affairs Office and the Associated Nation Housing Authority for their hard work and dedication that made this project a reality. The Crow Tribe has a proud history of producing some of our country's finest servicemen and women, and today is an exciting day as we honor those men and women by giving back. Native Americans have the highest record of military service per capita than any other ethnicity. As the son of a Marine, I understand the sacrifices these men and women have made so we can all enjoy the country we have today. The debt of gratitude we owe is immeasurable. Our veterans deserve the best we have to offer. That is why, following recent reports of VA hospitals purposely hiding delays in treatments and problems, resulting in preventable deaths of veterans awaiting healthcare services, I called on the VA to quickly provide the nation's veterans
you very much, Amanda. Thank you. We are indeed fortunate to say that we have veterans from all the major conflicts and wars that the United States of America have been involved in. World War II, Charles D. Crane, Korean War, Mr. Clifford, Clifford, if you would, wave to the crowd. He was former chairman of the Crow Nation. We'd like to also have our legislative members please stand so you can say hello to the people, if you would. Legislative members of the Crow Legislative Branch. Our lawmakers. The support of these gentlemen for any endeavor by our executive officers will go hand in hand. We most certainly appreciate their service. Also, I'd like to have these individuals please stand. Enterprise Community Investments, Blue Line Development, Zola Bow, Montana Board of Housing, Archambault and Company, Encompass Architects, Oakwood Construction, First Interstate Bank, Federal Bank of Seattle, and these individuals that work as a group. With these, I name Carla Lau, Todd Wilson, Jackie Stewart, Paul Littlelight, Mary Louise LaForge, Sharon Whiteman, Dennis Bairnwalk, Ben Cloud, Jared Stewart, Laura Prettyweasel, Andre LaFrance, Marilyn Blacksmith, Cynthia Brown, Terrell Bird, Leslie Burdenground, Adrian Herrera, Juan Spotted Bear, just to name a few. How about a big hand for these people too? This time, if the officers would, please don your war bonnets as we go to our singers for some warrior songs. Before we sing our Warrior Society songs, it is a traditional way of the Crow people to make wishes into the future. And who should, but none other than our World War II veteran, who also served this great country of ours many, many years ago, and be able to stand here on his homeland, this great country of ours, veteran of World War II, Charles D. Crane. However he does, he will appeal and make his wishes known to all the forces of nature and of the Almighty. Please welcome Charles D. Crane. It is very appropriate at this time to do as the days of old, the warriors when they come back from the war trail, victorious,
they would be singing scout songs and society songs that you got in the camp and at the camp. So with that, we go to our Black Singers or Warrior Society songs. conclusion of the Warrior Society songs, we go to our executive officers and our dignitaries as they turn over Mother Earth in this groundbreaking. A project that will benefit these individuals and persons who serve, so that we as Americans could enjoy this great country of ours, living a lifestyle of freedom. But again, all of our veterans, our executive officers, as well as our visiting dignitaries, thank you very much for being here. And now we're going to move to the multi-purpose building where there's a nice meal prepared for everyone, so go and enjoy.